Good evening. I am Kamau Kujichagulia, and this is On the Case with Kamau Kujichagulia, where each week we like to bring somebody to your attention who we believe is doing a tremendous job for the city of Trenton, for the county of Mercer, for the state of New Jersey, for the nation of America, for the world. Because I like to, I just look around me and I see so many people doing so many things. I mean, and they need to be, have a trumpet playing when as they walk down the street because they're just doing so many things. Tonight, man, we have a woman who should have trumpets and trombones. I like trombone. Blowing every step she takes. We have Latarsha Burke coming on here, and I just can't wait for you to meet her. I didn't know she was doing everything that she's doing, but we're gonna get with her in a minute. School is almost out. That means that our children are going to be home for the summer. Some of them are going off to summer camp or summer school or whatever. And hopefully, I keep looking at. I look at the statistics of our schools, and they're not great. But I hope that more than just the numbers, that our kids, that our educators are doing for our children better than what the numbers demonstrate. It worries me. It really does bother me that the numbers are as bad as they are. And then I hear the anecdotal stories about some of the things going on inside the schools that set my heart ablaze. But then I hear other anecdotal about how good teachers are taking care of their students, and principals are taking care of their teachers, and administrators are taking care of their principals. And I hope, but as a community, we definitely need to come together and just do better by our kids. Because wait a minute, hold up, Michael, come on here first. Come on here.
What's up, Dad?
What's up, son? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm as I usually am. I'm teetering on the edge of greatness and despair about the future of us, and that future is not in me, and it's still in you, but the future is in our children.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
I just hope and pray. And you know what? It should be beyond hoping and praying. We should be out there fighting and oh God, just
Well, one thing I know for sure is that our kids and our schools are definitely better than the numbers. The numbers might not be as well as we need them to be, but the love that our teachers, the love that our kids have for each other and for the teachers, it's big, and it means something. And as a community, we grow, and you can see is a lot of these kids as adults, they may flourish later in life, but they start to flourish.
yeah. I my wife was a teacher for 40 some years, I guess. And she comes home every now and again and she talks about she just saw one of her students, who's so horrible, and she was so strict but loving. And they come up to her and they say, "Oh, Mrs. Harmon, thank you for what you did for me back then," and blah, 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 blah. So I hope that system wide, that these teachers, even though the numbers may not show up, because numbers in a racist society
don't mean much.
No, they may not mean much. No, you're right. So I hope that our teachers are loving those kids and just taking care of them.
Well, to get through these streets, one thing our kids definitely will have is strength. Whether they find it as a child, whether they inherit it as an adult, they know strength.
Well, they need
that
it.
Usually comes out, at the older they get.
They're gonna need it. I hope so. I like black people though.
Me too.
I like them.
Too.
No. Anyway, let me introduce our guest for tonight, Miss Latarsha Burke. Come on here. Don't you have another name, Latarsha Burke something?
Well, my maiden name is Williams.
Do you go by that?
No, I don't. I
thought you had a hyphen. Okay, just Latarsha Burke.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing, Miss Latarsha Burke?
CEO, Executive Director of the African American Cultural Collaborative of Mercer County.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings. It's good to have you on, my sister.
Thanks for having me.
Whew. We were talking earlier. Hi, Dana. Let me get that in there first.
Hello.
We were talking earlier, but anyway, let's bring everybody up to date on who you are. So tell them who you are. Give them a little bit of background about who you are and what you do.
Okay. I'm originally from a family that's based out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. My mother moved to Jersey City, New Jersey when I was about 5 years old. So I attended elementary and high school in Jersey City. I graduated from Lincoln High School in 1990. And then I transitioned to Trenton State College. And I've been in this area ever since. I graduated in 95 from the College of New Jersey. They changed the name. I bought my first home in Trenton on Garfield Avenue, along with my husband, Andre Burke. I'm the mother of 4, 2 biological children, 2 stepchildren, 3 grandchildren. Since 1994, I've worked with at-risk youth. My career beginning at the Mercer County Youth Detention Center. I was there for about 4.5 years. And then I went on to residential programs, group homes, then as a program coordinator for a juvenile program through the Juvenile Justice Commission for 4 years. I've worked in halfway houses in Trenton, specifically the Clinton House. Then I moved on to the New Jersey Division of Children and Families. I've been there for 18 years. It will be 19 years in December. My life and my passion has been for youth and families. And that's who I am. I began volunteering because of my love for the people. I began volunteering in 2011 when L.A. Parker had this amazing idea to bring the Trenton African American Pride Festival to Calwater Park. I began my volunteerism as a logistics coordinator. 2013, LA decided to move on. I was voted in as executive director in 2013. 2014, we changed the name to the Trenton African American Cultural Festival. And then in 2016, the team, and I call them the team because that's what we are, we decided to broaden our horizons and take our events out of solely Calwater Park and to offer everything that we have as far as educating our community about our history and culture throughout Mercer County. So in 2016, we pursued our nonprofit status. And then on June 19th, to be exact, of 2017, We became the African American Culture Collaborative of Mercer County, and we have been doing events in this community, in the Trenton Mercer County community, at no cost to the community. So we do year-round fundraising to do everything that we do, from First Fridays downtown Trenton, to Juneteenth celebrations, to Black History Month events. So our events have gone from 1 month a year to 10 months out of 12 months of the year of free events.
Ain't that a blip? Now, see, when I first I don't know how to say this. A little girl, young. I thought you was like in your early 20s.
No, I'm 50.
Y'all too.
5-0.
God. But I was so happy to hear that you had grown kids, and most importantly, you had little grandkids, because they are such a joy. God bless, they are such a joy.
I mean, it's odd. It's very odd that I've been in this community since 90. I met some of my very best friends at Trenton State College that were Trenton Central High School students, or just recently graduated from Trenton Central High, and they would work in the cafeteria area at the college. And so my introduction to Trenton came from those students, and they are still friends to this day. So I've been around for some time. So I just get the feeling that people like, where this woman come from that's doing all this stuff? We don't know who she is, So I'm glad to be having this interview tonight.
And I'm glad to let people know who you are too. I really am. Look,
and I'm glad to finally meet you, because I see you everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I see you everywhere when I go out downtown Trenton at events that's going on, and I never knew who you were.
Yeah, because I don't need to talk about it. I like playing the background. I make sure that things are in place to do what we do. It's not about me promoting Latarsha Burke and saying I raised this much money, or the collaborative team has raised this much money. We do this because we are passionate about the work. It's not a publicity stunt or a popularity contest.
Okay.
That's really great. Now, you talk about raising money. And
you know how hard that is.
Good God Almighty. So y'all must really do a great job at that, though. You must have built tremendous relationships.
Yeah, by trial and error. I never forget when LA walked away, and it was up to this team of people to say, we're going to still push forward and try to get this money in order to do these events. But you said the right word, relationships. Developing relationships with corporate sponsors is very important. They will test you to see if you're going to do what you say you're going to do. And it takes years to prove to them that you are here for the long run. You have a mission and vision in mind. You have a plan, and they will support that after a while. So any money that we get, we've had to work very hard for. Very hard for.
And then you have so many events. I mean, like just this month, you must have what, 3-4 events going on?
Yes, we have First Fridays. It's every first Friday of the month from May to October. And then just the month of June, tomorrow is First Fridays. And then Saturday, we're kicking off our Juneteenth month of celebration with the African American History Bowl in partnership with the National Sorority of Phi Delta Kappa Pi Chapter, Ivy Avery, and Jocelyn White and Carol Sapp Rains. Then next week, we are working with the county, Mercer County Park Commission, to do Juneteenth at Capital City Farms. That would take place from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Then the following day is the African Ancestry Reveal that's being hosted by Pastor Gerald Trueheart and Asala and the William Trent House. And then June 16th, we have our kickoff event, our third annual kickoff at the New Jersey State Annex Complex from 5 to 8 p.m. And then June 17th is our big finale event at Mercer County Festival Grounds, where we'll have children's activities, vendors, the roller skating clubs, a full schedule of entertainment, entertainment from Everett Harp to Jeffrey Bradshaw to Carol Riddick, to our Latin community. They'll be there performing. So we have a full lineup. We have a great day planned for not only the Trenton community, but for the Mercer County community as a whole. And I've been hearing some buzz about, why did they move Juneteenth out of Mill Hill Park? The collaborative is of Mercer County. It's important to educate people about who we are, not only in the boundaries of Trenton, but throughout the county. We have African Americans in Princeton that are underserved, in West Windsor, in East Windsor, in Hamilton, and we want to outreach to all of those communities.
We were attempting to put on a parade this year in Trenton. And people were saying, well, they're going to have that at Mercer County. Let me tell you what. There are African Americans all over this area, not just in Trenton, all over this area. I mean, there's 100,000 Black people around here. There's enough for every activity that goes on. You know, we need to cover everybody.
Yes.
So. That was never a concern. I'm glad that you branched out that way. Let me ask you this: is the collaborative a part of Mercer County? The government?
No, we're a separate entity. We're a nonprofit. So thank you to Deputy Administrator Aaron Watson. He's a partner now to Juneteenth. He wants to see this event grow.
Good.
In addition to Verlena Reynolds Jackson, our assemblywoman, and my former classmate at Trenton State College, she is the reason why we're doing this. She reached out. She played a major part in Juneteenth becoming a holiday in the state of New Jersey. And when she reached out to see if the collaborative would support doing a Juneteenth event in the city, I was all for it. Not only because of the significance of Juneteenth, but also this is a colleague, someone that I sat in the cafeteria and ate with, and I was proud that she looked to us to do it. So that's why we pull out all stops to make sure that this event is amazing for the community.
Okay. Now, how is the African American Cultural Collaborative of Mercer County? How is it funded?
Fundraising. So with fundraising, you might not hear that we do, local fundraising parties, putting on different events like that to fundraise. What we do, we have, for example, New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group. They have supported us since 2013. Because of, the support from other community members. Now we have Geico. Now we have Bank of America, and many, many more. And to your question, I and my team, we learned how to write those grants by trial and error. No one writes grants for us. We do our own sponsorship packages. We all go online and fill out those long, lengthy grant applications. We make sure that we have all the documentation that's required for those grant applications. But again, I want to emphasize, it's been a learning process from the time I began volunteering in 2011. And I've had ups and downs. The team has had ups and downs, but we have continued to move forward. And there's more that I need to learn about managing a nonprofit. I even sent an email this morning about pursuing my master's in nonprofit management, going back to school, because there's a lot of information out there. And the more information that we know, the more that we'll have access to all this money that's floating around out there.
And there is a lot of money floating
It's
around.
a lot of money.
Have you ever?
But we have to know how to be prepared to get it.
Yeah, I mean there are large Black corporations in New Jersey. Have you been able to tap into some of them?
There's a number of corporations that we haven't been able to tap into. And I will specifically say, it may seem like we've been around for a long time, but we just became a nonprofit in 2017. This is year 6. So we're babies in the game right now, right? And so I'm working with some amazing people who's helping me to develop the organization and bring it to where it needs to be in order to secure the funding that I know we deserve. Right now, it's difficult. We're doing free events 10 months out of the year. That means that we don't ask for a cover charge. We don't ask for a donation. We don't ask for anything from the community, and that is intentional. Because in my work under Division of Children and Families, working with our at-risk population, seeing the families and homes that these young people are coming from, seeing that they're barely just trying to keep food on the table and a roof over their head. I don't want our people to be restricted or any barriers presented to them to learning about their history and culture. That's why we have stuck to, I don't want a dime from you. Even the face painting, if someone comes to an event, our event, and they see a face painter, they don't even have to pay for that. It's free to them. We pay for all of that. And so this is definitely a labor of love. We all do it from our heart. We are all volunteers. We do not get paid to do this. I have work today. I get off of work and I'm doing this up until 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. So it's a commitment. It's a commitment.
Yeah, I think they do call that love. And, I think that's what they call that.
Yeah.
Love of South and love of community.
You know all about that, Pop. You know all about that.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was going to ask you something because you said something to me. I forget. All right. What are now you're putting on these events, okay? And what are some of the things that we can do later on? I mean, that you're going to be doing later on to, like, do you have, I know what I was going to ask you about. You were talking about funding. It was, I know that the Smith Family Foundation has a nonprofit. They teach nonprofits how to be nonprofits and to get better at being nonprofits. Have you connected with them?
Yes, I have.
That's a good
it's
thing.
not so odd that you mentioned that, but the Smith family, Catherine Nunnally, she kind of pulled us out of a situation years ago when the PBA dropped their sponsorship, when they got new leadership, and it would have sorely impacted our event. And they supported us with a sponsorship years ago to move forward. I just recently received an email from Catherine Nunnally of the Smith Foundation advising me to apply to their Forever, I think it's called Forever grant or something like that. But I know it's over a period of time. They have different developmental classes for nonprofits. But yes, they have reached out and we are going to apply.
That's great, because I know I went to one of their I guess it was introductory meetings last year, to find out, just find out what they were doing, and it was good work that they're doing. I was just hoping that you had been involved with them.
Yeah, they have an incubation center for nonprofits. So I will definitely be reaching out to them.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, are you ready to do more, or are you thinking about, if you get the funding, are you thinking about making this a full-time thing?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And I'm working on that.
That is,
I'm committed. I'm
it's,
committed.
it's one thing
Mm-hmm.
to love what you do.
Mm-hmm.
It's another thing to love what you do and get paid for
Right.
it. You know?
Look, we all want to see the light at the end of the tunnel,
yeah.
right?
So
Like God put us in this position for a reason. My
right,
team is in this position for a reason.
and what that means is that if you can work at it full time, it isn't a matter of getting rich that we're talking about. It's a matter of serving more.
Yes.
You know, and bringing in more people that you can help grow and expand.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I see what we can do as a team, and I always emphasize the team. This is not the Latarsha Burke show.
right?
This is Latarsha Burke. This is Helen Jones Walker. It's Patrick Hall. It's Cheryl Thomas. It's Sheila Garvin Glover. It's Regina M. Jackson. It's Katie Anatiri. It's Timothy Diop Robinson. It's Michael Nelson. It's Patrice LaVenture. It's a host of us working on this project, working for the nonprofit. I know my people. I love my team. I love their commitment, and we're a family, and that's very hard to come by.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. At the Nubian News, probably some of the best years of my life were when we had that team together. I mean, and we did it because that's what we wanted to do.
Right.
Matter of fact, just recently I got a notice that somebody wanted to honor me for my work. No, it ain't me. It was
Right.
It's been a lot of people that kept the Nubian News together for all these years. So you got to honor the Nubian News.
Right.
I'm only one little piece of it. So
yeah. When I get accolades too, when I get accolades and get honored here and there, I make sure that they know that this award is for the African American Culture Collaborative team.
Right.
Because I can't do what I do without them.
All right. That's right. That's right. Now, do you get much help from the city?
Yes, I have. Yes. Mayor Reed, he's been great. And Director Maria Richardson, she is a champion for everything recreation in the city. And the city has come on as a partner for First Fridays, and they've also been a partner to Juneteenth. So they try to help as much as they can.
That's important. That's very important to have their support.
Yes, it's very important, and that goes back to developing those relationships, right?
Right.
And no one's perfect in this process. The city is not perfect. The collaborative is not perfect, but we met here, and I think that we got it right, and they're very supportive, extremely supportive.
What other organizations in the city and in Mercer County do you guys work with?
And your name, I'm sorry, what's your first name again?
Michael.
Michael, I can say that there is not one organization that the collaborative has not worked with in this city.
Okay.
Since I'll go back to 2013. There's not one that can say that we haven't collaborated with or partnered with or supported what they've done. There's not one sound person or DJ or a host or performers that can say that the collaborative has not supported them. Remember, we do free events. We put the money out. It doesn't come back to us. So as far as our impact in this city, it definitely needs to be recognized because we provide venues for people and artists. For example, First Fridays alone, we have the city donating the stage as a partner. We have porta johns and everything out there for people. We have vendors. We're supporting small business. We're supporting the businesses downtown with the volume of people that come to downtown Trenton. In addition, we're paying local artists to perform on their stage. We're paying hosts. We're paying sound people. So everyone is benefiting from the work of the African American Culture Collab. And they've been benefiting for years.
I know Mr. Hallett from Smokehouse 1911 definitely appreciates what you guys are doing down there.
And he's a great partner because he believed in my vision. And all it took was an ask. How about let's block off the streets downtown? Let's block off Front Street and, you know, have people be able to come outside and eat and drink and enjoy some great entertainment in the arts and culture. And he was all for it. And that was in 2016. It's 2023 and we're still moving forward.
I spoke with him just last week, and hopefully he'll be in your position on the show soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a great sponsor and he's a great partner.
Okay.
Through it all, even when we disagree, we continue to move forward.
Right.
So, why is it important that Black people know their culture and be educated about it?
I think for me, you know, my mother is a Southern woman. You know, my grandfather is a Southern man. You know, it has the land down south, the fields and the gardens and the pigs and chickens in the yard and all. Old school Southern family bringing up their children the best way that they know how. And my mother, she definitely did her best, and her focus for me, her and my dad, was to ensure that they just wanted my grades to be great enough in order for me to navigate out of my immediate area in downtown Jersey City. There was really never a discussion about Black culture outside of what we were taught in school. But once I transitioned into college, what was life-changing for me is when Stokely Carmichael came to Trenton State College. And he spoke about our responsibility to educate our people and to keep the legacy of Black culture, Black power alive. And that stuck with me. But it didn't hit me until I graduated and started working in these systems and saw how our people were being treated, how our people wasn't educated about these systems, how they didn't have advocates and so forth. And so my drive is just seeing my people happy, seeing my people prideful of themselves and where they come from. And my goal is to let them know that they just don't come from their immediate surrounding. Like there were people before them that fought for them. And I feel obligated. I feel like it's a calling for me to continue the legacy of those before me who made it possible for Latarsha to walk these streets, to go to college, to earn a living. And that's my passion. And I hope that through our programming that's picked up, because it's more than about just entertainment.
Okay. That's good. I remember when Stokely was at Trenton State too. The Nubian News turned out in full force that night. Yeah, I think all of us.
Muhammad was there.
Yeah.
That was some powerful moments. And it made us know that we have a responsibility. And the responsibility is not just to earn a living, make money, buy your beautiful home, and live happily ever after. It's a responsibility outside of you.
That's very true. That's very, very true. Well, I'm glad we had this conversation. I really am. You know. Now I don't get out very much. I mean, I keep saying I'm going to First Friday, but I come home and I say, I don't think I'm going anywhere. I don't get out very much, but anything that we can do to support you, you let us know. I'll do my best. And I know which ain't very much anymore, but I'll do my best. Okay. That's why I tell you what. See, I'm 75 years old.
Wow.
And I look at Joe Biden, who's 80 years old. And I know how I feel. And I'm saying, I don't want no damn 80-year-old man being president of the United States.
Joe Biden fell today.
I know.
Oh man.
I know. Shoot. No, I don't. I like old people. Don't misunderstand, but we old. Shit. You know, we need somebody about 50. Okay, my sister. You know, anything else you want to say to the people?
You know, I just want the people when they come out to our events to come to fellowship. You know, to talk to their neighbors, to connect with people they haven't seen in a long time. We want to make sure that all of our events are safe for the community. First Fridays is for the entire family. We want grandma to be able to come. We want the mothers to be able to bring their children. We want the fathers to be able to bring their children. I just want everyone to come with just a good heart and a good mind and enjoy themselves.
I will see you tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I hope people understand what you're doing and what you want to do. You know that it's something to draw people together to build, to love. You know, I hope people understand that. I really do.
And this is just the beginning.
Well,
that's exactly what First Fridays has been. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Latarsha Burke.
Yes, not Williamsburg.
Thank you very much for sharing with us this evening.
Thank you.
You know, good luck, Godspeed in all that you do. And like I say, you know, we love you, and whatever we can do to help, it ain't much, you know, but whatever, we'll gladly do it.
Yep. Thank you. And have a good night.
You on the show.
Thank you for coming on the show, Mrs. Burke.
Yep. All right. Have a good night.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Man, people don't understand. People don't understand that so many people do so many things out of the love that they have for their community.
Right.
You know, that they want to share that love, you know. And you know, we have some like Tasha, we have some extremely talented and professional people out there doing some great work. And I hope people understand that we bring them on so that the people know what other people are doing.
And so they can shine. I didn't even realize that the Mercer County, the African American Cultural Collaborative of Mercer County did for the first Fridays.
No?
Downtown. I didn't even realize that, but
okay. I knew that, but I didn't know that they did all this other stuff, man.
Right.
And I know they were having the thing on the 17th out at Mercer County Park, but I didn't know they had all the other things leading up to it.
Mercer County Park, right around the corner, huh?
Yeah. For you, it is right around the corner. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Next week, we're going to talk with good brother George Johnson. You all remember George Johnson. He has been the host of the Watson Johnson, what do you call it? What do you call their dance? Watson Johnson Dance
Studio.
Not just studio, the show that they put on every year. What do you call that? Recital. Georgia's always been the host of this recital. And I guess they've been doing it now for 30 some years too.
So he's the Johnson of the Watson and Johnson.
He's the Johnson of the Watson and Johnson. Kim and
Oh,
Carol
okay.
were married many, many years, you know.
Learned
Now we
something
got to
new
get
every day.
Tahir on, their son, who was opening up the first marijuana dispensary in this area, first black one anyway that I know of. You know,
Right.
so you know that's a big deal, especially for
gotta
people who smoke marijuana. You know,
I don't smoke marijuana.
okie dokie.
I don't smoke marijuana.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Oh, and
There-
in
like I
2
said-
weeks,
Huh?
and in 2 weeks, we're gonna have Mrs. Annette Lartigue,
Are we?
Trenton politician, and
Yeah,
and,
she was
and
on.
activist.
Okay,
And she
Okay.
also has a podcast that she wants to discuss with us and let us know all about it.
okay, that's great. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. You know, that's my sister, Lartigue. That's what I call them, Lartigues.
She called you her friend.
Yeah, she's right too. She's right. Okay, isn't that good? That's good. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. I haven't talked with Annette in a long while. Anything else? Hi, Dana. I don't know if I said hi. Bye,
What's up,
Dana.
cuz?
Huh?
What's up,
Oh,
cuz?
cousin. Okay. Anything else?
No, not that I have. I went to the
Okay.
gym earlier saw Marcus, one of our former guests. He's doing well.
Marcus Edie at Nonstop Fitness.
Marcus CD at Nonstop Fitness. Brittany J.
Oh, Brit.
And Erwin. Erwin is a personal trainer there also. He's actually my personal trainer.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so till next Thursday at 8 p.m., I wish everyone Godspeed. We love you. We thank you for being with us. And good night.
Good night.